Do you know the philanthropist Bill Gates?
Well, like this.
Yeah, he's trying to make everyone start eating engineered meat.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. That's
Good.
That's not
so
good.
how can you be a vegan and say you'll eat cultured meat?
Human farming. Why it's not only animal. You prefer a human farming.
Human farming.
Yeah.
You mean breeding humans?
Yeah.
I don't. As far as I'm aware, that's not happening.
This is happening.
Well, as long as we slit their throat with a sharp knife, am I right?
Why do you think not allowed to eat animal?
I don't think we should buy animal products because of the suffering that's happening to them on farms and slaughterhouses around the world. They're suffering intensely, and by paying for the products, we contribute to that suffering. I think that we need to end this industry that's causing more suffering than we can possibly imagine. Animals are being crammed into spaces where they can't even turn around for their entire life.
You mean animal suffering?
Yes.
I'm not agree. Only there is the way. It depends on the way how do you make them suffering. But it depends on people. Usually they killing once. Now they killing 1,000 in 1 second.
Right. Would you rather they didn't?
That's wrong. I mean that's wrong way. That's what we call it halal or not halal. So the way depends on the way.
Would you rather they didn't suffer?
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
You would rather we had a system
That's
where
why even in our religion it said when you're killing animal, don't let them suffer.
So you'd be in favour of closing down factory farms and slaughterhouses where they're suffering a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I guess the issue I have is that when we look at it practically.
But what I thought, what are you saying? What your opinion is? Don't eat meat.
Yes, because
Nah,
yes,
that's different.
because even on the so-called humane farms, undercover investigations show that animals are suffering greatly. Partly because we've altered their genetics, so they are much larger than they would have been naturally, and they produce far more eggs, far more milk, and this causes problems. So, for example, egg-laying chickens have reproductive tract infections, they have osteoporosis.
This is
so we have. It seems that the suffering is inherent in their existence because we've altered their genetics in a way that causes them to suffer. So right now, it is not possible to buy humane animal products. They don't exist. And
you mean if I bring an animal and I kill it in a good way?
What is?
That's what you think. Is there is a good way or bad way? Bad way is when you put them in the machine and kill them in 1 second, 1,000 in 1 second.
What's a good way to kill them?
Just bring a good knife, sharp, and cut them quickly.
Slit their throat.
Yeah, slit their throat. Which is that what has been your dad and my dad, your family, my family, thousand years they doing like this.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But just because something has always happened, that doesn't mean it's moral.
Would you eat it, or you will say it's been suffered?
I think they feel pain when they have their throats cut.
You will feel pain.
No. The animals feel pain when they have their throats cut.
Of course, they will feel pain.
Yeah, that's an issue. That matters.
No, but this is how life is being created like this. We have to eat it. Why there is?
Why do we have to eat it?
Why there is a kind of vitamin you find it in this type of meat? You can't find it in a tree.
Which vitamin?
I mean the protein, like for example, the protein in the meat.
You can get 150 grams of protein on a vegan diet if you want to. There are vegan bodybuilders.
But if you go to the desert, where you can't find it?
But I'm not in a desert.
This is a tree.
Yeah.
Is it alive or not alive?
The tree's alive.
So when you cut the tree, will hurt or will not hurt?
There's no evidence they feel pain.
No evidence for you. See, it's alive. You say it is alive.
Yes, it's alive. Just because. There's a distinction between something being alive and something being sentient. Bacteria is alive. That doesn't mean it's sentient. Plants are alive. That doesn't mean it's sentient.
So it depends between 1 to 1 kind of the type of suffering.
No, I don't believe that there's any evidence that plants can suffer. And even if let's say for the sake of argument, plants can suffer. What we're doing now, by breeding billions and billions of animals, 57 billion land animals a year, and feeding them with plants, and they eat more than us, we're actually killing more plants by feeding these plants to animals and eating the animals than we would if we directly eat the plants. So the system we currently have with animal farming is leading to more plant casualties. So if you do care about plant life, you should also be vegan.
I'm not agree with you. I'm agree only with the way of how you kill them
But the way
you say
you want to kill them is barbaric.
why?
It's barbaric to slit someone's throat without any.
So that's so you equate animals and humans.
No.
Do you want me to eat them alive?
Yeah, I think when someone talks about their dog, we don't say it. We say someone.
Okay.
What's the difference?
Do you want me to
This
eat
is
them
a
alive?
feeling creature who feels pain and has interests.
Do you want me to eat them alive?
No, that's even worse.
So I have to kill them. This is the nature of life.
Yeah,
You have to kill
you
it.
could at least
and then
stun
put
them
it on
before you slit
fire.
their throat.
Huh?
You could at least stun them unconscious before you slit their throat. There's a reason we have anesthetic when we go for surgeries.
See, it's the same. You're killing.
Oh, I don't think we should kill them at all. I'm just saying less suffering is better. But I think you should just eat plants. You can cut the carrot however you want. You don't even have to use a sharp knife.
I know. Look, for example, I'm a Muslim.
Yeah.
They teach us how do we kill animal. We take them away from their family. That's it. And then we have to sharp knife.
Sharp knife.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's our way we call it halal. And and quickly you have to kill it. And
But you've already said that when we cut it hurts. When they feel pain when we cut.
That's the way it is. It's not.
That
There's
is the
no
way it
another
is.
way. There's no.
The other way is to not cut.
What do you want? You want to
stop breeding them.
Don't kill it.
Huh?
Why not just don't kill it?
How do I eat them?
Don't eat them.
If you're not allowed me, don't allow people in the middle of desert or in the mountains.
It's not about not allowing.
Land.
It's not about like not allowing you. It's like we're trying to have a conversation with you so that you can make an informed choice. Like you can choose not to cause animals to suffer.
Of course, yeah. Not to choose.
And like you're an advocate of like a more humane animal farming system, but I don't think it's practical because we've altered their genetics in a way that it's inherent for them to suffer because they've been bred to produce so many eggs, so much milk, so much flesh that their legs will break beneath them because they can't support their weight.
It's no right way. Yeah.
And think about how expensive it is, right? To look after a dog properly, keep them happy. Costs so much money. To have a truly humane animal farming system, we would need an army of veterinarians. It's just not practical. What's really happening is that we all say we care about humane animal farming while we buy factory farm meat, which is where 99% of it comes from. So we're using the idea of humane animal farming as like a psychological refuge to feel better about consuming factory farm meat where animals are being tortured. We all do this. And there's also psychological evidence.
I think you are very good.
Very good. Thank you. Can I leave you a card?
Yeah? Thank you very much.
Thanks for the conversation. I appreciate it.
Bill
Are you
Gates.
funded by Bill Gates and George Soros?
Bill Gates.
No.
So what's this about? Talk to us.
Yeah, so I care.
If you don't mind.
Absolutely, that's what I'm here for. So I care about animal suffering.
Do ya?
Yeah,
Are you a vegan?
I am a vegan.
And how long have you been studying veganism?
I've been vegan for about 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
So it's corduroy's made out of cotton, I suppose.
Oh yeah, everything I wear is vegan.
And what about the fact that people are getting all the cancer? Where do you think all the cancer's coming from? If they've been giving money to cancer research, and 1 in 3 people used to get cancer, yeah, and now it's 1 in 2 people.
Yeah, well we're living longer.
Yeah, we're living longer, but it's not really good enough, is it? We're still dying, painful, slow deaths.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Right? And the problem is that all this money's been given to the research foundations, and they've all been driving around in big beamers, all telling people to eat a healthy, balanced diet, all saying eat red meat, even though it's well known to be carcinogenic, yeah, and all these types of things. So my question, I suppose, really is I think genetically engineered crops, that's a bad thing, mate. What about humans, genetically engineered humans?
That's the future, bro.
Are you jabbed?
Yeah, double
jabbed? How many boosters are you looking to have this year?
Unlimited.
Straight up? As long as they're free or what?
Yeah, as long as I'll have anything for free.
You socialist?
Yeah, I'm mostly here to talk about this issue.
This is political.
Yeah, let's talk about it then, because you barely talked about it.
I want to know about your politics.
Yeah, well, what do you think about animal farming?
Bill Gates.
Nothing to do with Bill Gates.
Well, let's talk about it. You want to know what I think about it? I'm telling you.
I want to know whether you agree with me that we should end animal farming.
No. Not for the purpose of why you think.
Okay, why do you disagree with me?
Because he likes to eat steak.
Yep. Is that a good enough reason for cause animals immense suffering on factory farms and slaughterhouses?
No.
Yeah, so don't you think that we should? What if there were dogs in there? What if there were dogs having their throats cut?
I hate vegans.
Why?
No offense.
Why?
Because they should all be eating meat, drink carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Eggs?
No, I'm vegan. I don't eat any animal products.
Eat fish.
No. Fish is an animal, isn't it?
Depends what way you look at it.
Fish can suffer.
Really?
Do you know the philanthropist Bill Gates?
We're like this.
Yeah, he's trying to make everyone start eating engineered meat.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. That's
Good.
That's not
so
good.
how can you be a vegan and say you'll eat cultured meat? What sense does that make?
Because cultured meat can't suffer.
What are you talking about? How can it not suffer? What suffers?
Sentient beings.
So what? Where does your soul come from? Where's your consciousness?
What's the evidence for a soul?
What, your consciousness then? You're on about being sentient. Where's your consciousness come from?
We've evolved to have consciousness over millions of years.
What's the scientific argument? What do you believe where it comes from? Because I know there's not one. No one knows where it comes from.
Right.
Okay.
Why aren't we
so
just
you concede
zombies?
that. You concede that, yeah? So how can you tell me that a piece of flesh that has been cultured isn't sentient if you don't know where the consciousness comes from?
Well, I can't.
You can't say that.
You have to let me speak.
What made you?
Wait, no. Let me quickly.
Go on. Please talk.
I can't say with certainty that anything can't suffer. I can't say that our shoes can't suffer.
Exactly.
But there's evidence that animals can. Behavioural, physiological evidence. There's no evidence that
But you went
in
psycho.
vitro meat
Your eyes
can.
went psycho. When I talked about the cultured meat, your eyes lit up and you went like a psycho.
All right.
Correct, not political. Look it up. And I'll show you psycho eyes when I talked about cultured meat.
Sure.
It's scary. You're right. We're living in the future.
It's gonna change the world.
Everything's on about the internet, and it's all weird. And nutters like you fucking promoting bad shit.
But you do know. Why do you become a vegan?
I'm vegan because I don't want animals to suffer.
Well, isn't that very noble?
So
What about human beings? You care about human beings suffering?
Yeah, I don't want humans to suffer
So what are you
either.
going to do about them suffering then?
I can donate to effective charities. I
Yeah?
can not eat them.
You can
Jim,
How bloody considerate.
I like steak and eggs, fried.
Yeah.
In lard, or
Okay.
butter ghee, or beef dripping.
Yeah. But do you think sensory pleasure is a good enough justification for violence, for causing suffering?
No. Okay, so what is so good about the vegan diet? What is so good about it?
Well, it's because it avoids causing so much animal suffering. So animals are being tortured on farms and slaughterhouses around the world for the sake of a few moments of sensory pleasure.
I know.
So
There are abattoirs in this country. There are places where animals get slaughtered, and it's horrible.
well,
I've seen videos of what they do to animals.
Yeah, it's terrible.
What they do to chickens, what they do to cows, what they do to fish in the fishing industry is horrendous.
So
It is
what
horrendous.
justification can be used for it to continue?
There is no justification for it to continue. I go fishing sometimes. I love fishing, but I unhook the fish and I release them back into the water.
Right, but do
Because
you ever consider
I do coarse fishing, freshwater fishing, and I really enjoy it.
Have you?
It's just a hobby. I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
I don't have to
Have
go
you
fishing.
considered like what it might feel like for them when they're pierced through the mouth? Bro,
They must be in a lot of pain.
If it causes that immense pain, surely that pain outweighs the pleasure you get from fishing, because you can do other things in nature that you'd enjoy.
Playing tennis.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can just sit and enjoy the view.
I'm not disrespecting you for being a vegan or a vegetarian or whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be. You can believe what you want to believe. You can dance who you want to dance with. Have fun with whoever you want to have fun with.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is I think that meat is very good for you. It's good for you.
I think you
It's
can
good
be
for you
healthy.
to eat meat.
I think you can be healthy on a meat-based diet, but I think you can also be healthy on a plant-based diet. And given that you can be healthy on both, I think we should choose the option that causes the least suffering.
I think if I was a vegetarian for more than 6 months, I'd get bored and I'd crave the taste of meat.
But you can get really good plant-based meats now. Like, have you tried Beyond Burger?
I've had bean burgers before.
Oh, they're not great. But if you get like a Beyond Meat is like a very meaty. They have a McDonald's one now. Like you can get like a Cobra cheeseburger that's made from plants. It tastes like meat, but you're not causing.
So it's a meat substitute.
Yeah, that's what I do because I love the taste of meat as well. It's just that I don't think that the pleasure I get from eating these products justifies the suffering of these animals.
I'm listening.
But you say that I can dance with whoever I want, I can do whatever I want to do. Well, I think that we should have the freedom to do whatever we want, with a caveat. I think we should draw a line when it involves inflicting pain on someone else, be them an animal or a human.
I think there's a lot of wasted talent in this country. There are a lot of people that have got talents and skills and abilities, and they're just being wasted.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Sure. Definitely.
I mean, you sound really gifted, like really bright.
Oh, thank you.
And I reckon you are.
Well, maybe because I've just talked about this issue a lot over the last few years.
There's a saying in Germany: practice makes the master. Practice makes the master. So if you just, the more you do something, the better you get it. So
Sure,
the more people you talk to, the better you'll get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, nice to
So,
meet you.
yeah, good to talk to you. Thanks, man. Appreciate the conversation.
Take care, yeah?